I had always seen myself as a trustworthy person, someone who believed in loyalty, in giving people the benefit of the doubt, especially when it came to family. My husband Daniel and I had been married for 6 years. We weren't perfect, but our relationship felt solid, or at least I thought it was. The shift began when my younger sister Ashley moved back to town. She had always been a bit of a wildfire, bold, unpredictable, and sometimes reckless, but she was my sister and I missed her. After a rough breakup and some time away, she said she needed family. She sounded sincere, softer than I remembered, changed even. So when she asked to stay with us for a few weeks to get back on her feet, I didn't hesitate. Daniel, however, did. We've had this talk before, Emily, he said, his tone clipped. Ashley causes chaos wherever she goes. Are you really ready to bring that into our home? I remember answering as calmly as I could. Daniel, I need you to trust me. This is different. She's different. Please. He stared at me for a long moment before letting out a reluctant sigh. Okay, I trust you. But if anything goes wrong, it's on you. At first, it was fine. Better than fine. Even Ashley was polite, helped out around the house, cooked dinner a few nights. Daniel stayed distant but civil, and I began to think maybe, just maybe, they might finally get along. I was wrong. Little things started happening. Ashley would make offhanded comments about Daniel when I wasn't in the room. I caught her once, the smirk on her face disappearing the second our eyes met. Relax, it's just a joke, she'd said. Brushing it off, I asked her to tone it down, she promised, but then came the dresses tight low-cut, completely unnecessary for lounging around the house. I told myself I was overthinking it, that I was letting paranoia speak louder than reality. Until that night, I was stuck at a late meeting and told them both I'd be home by 9. Round 8:30, my phone buzzed with a message from a co-worker. Did you make it home okay? Confused, I asked what she meant. She'd seen an Instagram story Ashley had posted her and Daniel on our living room couch, glasses of wine in hand, looking far too comfortable. I felt the air leave my lungs. I called Daniel. No answer. I texted Ashley, on my way home. She replied, talk later. I drove home faster than I should have, heart pounding the entire way. The house was dark when I arrived, quiet. I stepped inside slowly, listening. From upstairs, I heard low voices and soft laughter. I climbed the stairs, every step a prayer. And then I opened our bedroom door. They were sitting on the edge of the bed, fully clothed. Yes, but too close, too startled. Ashley jumped up immediately. We were just talking. She said quickly, nothing happened. Daniel just looked at me exhausted, like the lie was too heavy to carry. I asked what was going on. Ashley launched into a story about needing comfort, talking to Daniel about her ex, about feeling vulnerable. I turned to Daniel. Is that true? He nodded slowly, eyes fixed on the floor. Something about it all felt wrong, too careful, too rehearsed. I asked Ashley to go to the guest room. Once she was gone, I looked at my husband, the man I trusted more than anyone in the world, and said the one thing I never thought I'd have to. I trusted you. I didn't touch her, he said quickly, almost desperately. But she tried. She came onto me. I said nothing. I just stared at him. I pushed her away, he added. I didn't know how to tell you. I thought it would stop. I didn't want to hurt you. And I believed him. But belief didn't stop the sharp, cold crack that splintered through my chest. The betrayal wasn't just hers. It was mine too, for putting him in that position, for ignoring the instincts I'd buried beneath loyalty. The next morning, I packed Ashley's bags. When I told her she had to leave, she didn't even look surprised. I guess you picked your man again, she said with a shrug. She walked out without apology. For weeks, Daniel and I barely spoke. We shared a home, but not a connection. I wanted to believe him, to trust that he had drawn the line, that nothing physical had happened. But doubt, once planted, grows wild. Every silence echoed. Every glance carried weight. Eventually, we agreed to therapy, and slowly, piece by painful piece, we began to mend what had been shattered. We learned how to talk again honestly, openly, how to listen, and though it wasn't easy, we grew stronger, together. But my relationship with Ashley, that never Recovered. My parents tried to intervene. They begged me to forgive her, to sit down and talk it out. But how do you mend something that never had respect at its core? I couldn't do it. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Looking back, the regret still stings, not just because of what happened, but because I insisted on bringing her into our lives. I told Daniel to trust me, and maybe, in that moment, I should have trusted myself more. My gut had whispered. I just didn't listen. Now, nearly a year later, Daniel and I are in a better place, more honest, more careful, more real. But I still carry that night with me, the image of them sitting there, the sound of her voice, the crack in Daniel's, because sometimes betrayal doesn't shout, it whispers, and it leaves behind an echo that never quite fades.